Shalom. Shalom. Real quick. Shalom, family. Thank you for jumping on here with me. A few things we got to talk about real quick. Shalom, family. It's a beautiful day today. 79 degrees. Shalom, sister. Spiritual light passing through. Oh, yes. I'm going to need your support today, sis. Spiritual light passing through. I'm going to talk about something that you might have experience with. Okay? Family, give me a 7 if you can hear me. Please, give me a 7 if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, 7. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. It's a very nice day out here. You know? It's a beautiful day. Gorgeous day today. 79 degrees out here in Connecticut. Shalom to everybody coming through. There's a lot of sun. I may not be able to see everybody's name, but shout out to all of you. We have to address a few things based on the video, based on yesterday's message, based on the information we shared yesterday. We have to discuss a few things, because that the moment when I received that information, I knew it would raise one particular type of question. It would raise the question, the concern about cremation. So we're here to talk about cremation. And also, you know, we're not gonna waste time. We have 31 people in here. One more minute, we'll jump right into the conversation. But let me something happened to me today. Let me get your opinion, family. Watch this. Stop in there real quick to grab something. As I'm coming out, I'm whistling. I'm like, when I'm feeling good, I'm whistling. This older lady, she's Caucasian, she started to scream. She says, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Please stop, oh my God, oh my God." So I'm thinking she's having a mental breakdown. Lithonia, 81 degrees. So I stopped. I said, "Hey, you all right, lady? What's going on with you?" She says, "You're whistling. You're whistling. You're whistling." I said, "Okay. What's that got to do with anything?" She said, "I can't take it. I can't take the whistling. It does something to my body. It's doing something to my body." I said, "What?" I said, "Is that a disorder or something? What's going on with your body?" She begged me to stop the whistling. How you doing, love? Family, I gotta ask you a question. Was that lady a vampire or something? Why did she have an issue with my whistle? Lady put her hand up to say, "All praises to the Most High, I'm rebuking this demon." She could not stand the whistle. I know in a Native American culture, they don't like it if you whistle at night, right? They say that you invite demons into your home if you in the house whistling at night. But that was a daytime. That's this morning. So when you whistle in the day, do you repel demons? Because I truly believe she was a demon. She was an old white lady. Now, I'm not saying because she's Caucasian that I have an issue with her. I don't have issues with people, okay? I'm just telling you who she was. So please, I love everybody. I don't have no problem with anybody. I just think some people among us are not really what they seem to be. Okay? I think it was more than my joyful disposition, Miss Yvette, Sister Yvette. It was more than that. But listen, family, shalom. Thank you for joining in. We got to discuss something. First, the laws, LUZ bond, is independent of all the sacrum, the sacred sacrum, is very sacred. The last born is independent, just like Ophiuchus is independent, just like Sekhmet and Imhotep is independent of the rest of the zodiac, right? All right, cool. So we got that. I just wanted to say that to you guys. Now, a few people have asked me about cremation based on what I said yesterday. Somebody said, is it wrong that, or is it okay that she have her body cremated after she passes, whatever? I don't know how many people here have had a family member passed and went through that process. Um, I'll just tell you what I know of it, right? Because it's a very personal topic for a lot of people, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. From what I know, from my studies, okay, from my research, um, in Christianity they tell you do not cremate the body. Okay, that's what I know from Christianity. That's what I heard. But when I was doing the research on Japan, shout out to you, Mrs. Shannon. Good afternoon. When I was doing the research on God the other day on Sheol, okay, Miss Minnie, Minnie Pryor, your dad was cremated. Okay, good, good. Thank you for saying that because I'm gonna need your support here also. Anybody who have any type of experience what I'm about to discuss, I need your support. Okay. When I was researching Korea, not Japan, Korea, all right, the monks in Korea, this is a very old ancient tradition. They would have their bodies cremated and put into an urn. All right, this buffering or anything, let me know. Your mom was cremated. Okay, cool. I need everybody who had a cremation to know something. Okay, I was doing some research and this is what I found. I found that there are two types of cremation. Right before I get into it, the monks in Korea would have their bodies cremated. All right, that's one way. Certain monks would also become what's called a living Buddha. Buddha would be a monk who would begin the process. Okay. Spiritual light sis, thank you for that. I'm gonna read the comments. Let me finish making this statement. The living Buddhas would be, they go on a certain diet to see that buffering. Okay, they wanted to have their bodies back upon their returning on the earth. So because they believed in on that level of incarnation, some of them mummified their bodies before they transition into the nether world. Did you guys hear what I said? Please give me a 7 if you heard what I said. Give me a 7. Freezing, dang. Didn't hear anything. Didn't hear anything in freezing. Hold up. Let me against his wishes. Okay, so I have some information for you guys. Okay, but hold up. Thank you, Mrs. Shannon. Okay, you didn't hear anything. All right, before I repeat what I said, give me a 7 if you can hear me now, because I just took off the Wi-Fi. I just took off the Wi-Fi. Did you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Maybe perhaps I have to move around. 7, you can hear me now. Okay, so let me repeat what I said. I said this. There are two types of cremation. Before I discuss each one, let me say this instead. The monks in Korea, they believed in reincarnation. Before they actually died, okay? Before they actually died, they began the mummified process a year before their death while they're alive. While they are alive, they begin the mummification process. Stay still. I can't how? It's impossible. Alright, shoot. Maybe I gotta go inside the house. I don't know. They began the mummification process a year before they passed through the portal of death by drinking certain teas and eating a certain type of food. Okay? Because they wanted to become what's called a living Buddha. Did you catch that? So they did that, right? So they cremated also their bodies, and they had their ashes put in big urns that would be placed at the entrance of the temples in Korea. And then as anyone year, thousands and hundreds of years later, as you pass through, walk through the temple, you would be met with those monks, those ancient monks that were in those temples. And you will be hit with their frequency. So it's sort of like you're gonna have a better experience, because those monks that were there, they are still there guarding the temple. They're just in the urn. Okay, so the monks, they had access to a lot of ancient records. If they had access to a lot of ancient records, why would the monks willingly cremate their bodies if it was so bad for you? Okay, remember, Christianity say do not cremate the body, and probably other religions say that too. Now, I'm not coming in here to claim that I know all that I need to know about cremation. I'm just reporting to you what was downloaded into my mind, and what I have researched. Okay, so what I'm about to say to you may bring a better understanding in what you already know. If you've been through it, you needed to know certain things, you're gonna find out right now. If you're thinking about it, you're not sure, this information I'm about to share with you may help you out to make a decision as to whether or not you want to do it. If you go to now, give me a 7. Give me a 7. We gotta keep checking in. Give me a 7. Give me a 7. Let me know you here. Did you understand? Did you hear everything I just said just now? Okay. I need to know if you hear me, because I have something. Okay? Okay. Awesome. Now watch this. If you go in the second stick, the Book of Mormon, you're gonna read about Abinadi. I love the story of Abinadi. Abinadi was burned alive. Abinadi was burned to death when he went to preach the gospel to the people of King Noah. They caught Abinadi and they burned his ass. They burned him, they killed him. The story of Abinadi is also in the Book of Remembrance Wanaki. In the Book of Remembrance Wanaki, fill in where the book of the second stick leaves off. When you read the two books together, you get a greater understanding of the story, because one fill in where the other leave off. Abinadi was burned to death. If Abinadi was burned to death, would the Most High be so horrible and terrible and not bring Abinadi back during the resurrection? If you are burned to death, isn't that also cremation? Wouldn't Abinadi return during resurrection? Yes or no? Would Abinadi return during resurrection as a man of God, as a man of the Most High, as a prophet, as a seer of the Most High? Would not Abinadi return? Even though he was burned alive, wouldn't he return? Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Awesome. Also, how many disciples were burned to death? Would they not return? Would they not return? Did they have anything with them being burned? Not Noah. Not Noah. No. King Noah. Not antediluvian Noah, sis. Another Noah, much later. Not Noah. Abinadi and Noah lived in two different times, friend. Come on now. Watch this. And Abinadi was not teaching Christianity either. Okay? He wasn't teaching Christianity. But you and I can talk in the back end. Watch this. So Abinadi was burned to death. Other disciples were martyrs, and they were burned to death. I know they will return during the resurrection. Okay, the Most High, these people, they're not gone. Okay, now watch this. There are two types of cremation. There is cremation, and there is what's called aquamation. There is cremation, which is a process by fire. Okay? It's the cremation is the fire. All right? It's a very it's a process that takes about 2.5 hours. I'm not gonna go into details, but whenever you hear cremation, they use fire, right? You know that already. Now, aquamation, they use water. Hence the word aqua. Give me a 7. I don't see the chat. Give me a 7. Aquamation, they use water. They put hydrochloric, not hydrochloric acid. They put another type of solution in the water. Naphtali. Oh, that's noon. Naphtali is noon. What's up, Naphtali? Okay. Aquamation, they use is a water-based solution that dissolves the body. Here's what I didn't know. Perhaps you didn't know either. I don't know. Here's what I didn't know. And this can bring a lot of this will bring a lot of peace to anybody here who had a cremation done. This will bring you peace. Okay? All praises to the Most High for this. This will bring you peace. Here it is. When they cremate the body, the bone do not get cremated. All praises to the Most High. Your loose bone, your lost bone, L-U-Z. When they cremate your body, your lost bone do not get cremated. The bone loose, the resurrection bone, your femur bone, your sacrum, sacred sacrum bone, your spinal cord bone, your rib cage, okay, your skeletal system do not get cremated. No, it's just the flesh. The bones are collected. The bones are collected, and then they are grind. Now, I don't know when they collect the bones if they give you, the family member, an option to receive the bones. Okay? I don't know if they give you an option. Hey, listen, the cremation process is finished. Do you want the bones? Here are the bones. If you don't want the bones, do you want us to go to step 2? Step 2 is the grinding of the bones and give you the bones back as a ash, as a powder. Okay? Because the bones do not get burned, then the loose bone, the lost bone is preserved. The resurrection bone is preserved. Even if it was grinded, it's still preserved because it was not burned by fire. It was not burned in the fire. Okay? They didn't give you the option. What? It is an option. It is an option. The option is this. Once you cremate, the body, the skin go. The bones are collected and then the bones are cooled off. They go to the side and cool the bones off. And then they collect the bones. It's about 5 pounds, 8 pounds worth of bones. And then the next process is to grind the bone. But they got to give you the option. Now you know. Now you know. Once they give you the option, so what you can do, you could say yes. If you want the ash, yes. But before they grind the bone, make sure you collect. Make sure you collect the sacrum. So you can go bury the sacrum. Because part of the sacrum is the lost bone, L-U-Z. The resurrection bone is there. You feel me? The resurrection, yeah, your cousin worked in that field, hit her up. She will confirm what I say. The option is good for both process, aquamation and cremation. Cremation is by fire, aquamation is by water. Hence the word aqua. Okay? The bones are collected. Now, when you do the aquamation, decomposition of the body by water, the bones become brittle. So they're very delicate. They go in and air dry them. Okay? The bones that go through aquamation are air dry. The bones that go to cremation are dry regularly with heat. I don't know. But aquamation is much delicate because the solution makes the bone very brittle. So what I'm saying is this: once your family member, your friend, whoever passes through the first process of cremation, the bones are still there. The lost bone, the loose bone is not destroyed. So your family member will be resurrected. Musa told me even if they cremate them, they will be resurrected because the bone particle It's still in the ash. Ashes to ashes. You still there, baby. Did you get that? Did you get that? Did you get that, family? Give me a 7 if you got that. Give me a 7 if you got that. Is this Naphtali the same Naphtali from One Nation, One Power? Is that you, Naphtali from One Nation, One Power, or is this a whole new Naphtali? All love. If you are from there, all love. I really don't care. I have no issues with nobody. You got that, family. So hopefully this little information can bring you some joy, okay, some peace. Whoever is coming on the live right now, run it back. Great information was given on cremation. Two types: cremation by fire, aquamation by water. The monks in Korea, they cremate their bodies. Don't you think that the monks would know, even if they cremate their bodies? See, they cremate their bodies, but they still have the bones, right? They have the bones. During cremation, the bones do not get burned. Just the skin, just the flesh. The bones are collected. They should ask you whether or not you want to collect the bones of your members. So when you read the Testament of the Patriarchs, you are the sister-in-law, you is sister-in-law. Oh, you dipped out of ONOP, the crazy as hell. It's all good, man. All praises to the Most High. The eyes of the people of God are being opened every day. Listen to this. Mrs. Shannon, please help me out. I need your help right here. Mrs. Shannon. When you go into the book of the Lord, the Testament of the Patriarchs, they always told their descendants, even Adam told his sons, carry my bones. Go bury my bones in the center of the earth. The center of the earth, okay? It's a place subterranean, or it's right here in the land of the West. Thank you. Tell your cousin I say thank you. Spiritual light passing through. Tell your cousin I said thank you for supporting me today. Okay? The ancestors, the patriarchs always said to go bury their bones, carry their bones and bury their bones. So what happened? Joseph's bones were carried by Moses from Egypt to Hebron. Joseph was buried in a metal coffin, in a very heavy metal coffin that was dumped in the Euphrates River. Moses wanted to know where Joseph was buried. He didn't know. There is a woman in the Testament of the Patriarchs. There is a woman that was blessed with immortality by Jacob. Jacob blessed that sister with immortality. The sister that sung to our patriarch Jacob when they were coming back from Egypt, and they found out that Joseph wasn't dead. And they got the sister and they say, listen, go sing. Joseph is alive to our father. While she was singing the song, Jacob realized what she was saying, and he blessed her with immortality. When Moses wanted to know what happened with Joseph's bones, it was that immortal sister who had lived at least 900 years, 950, maybe 1,000, who knows. It was that sister who was blessed with immortality by Jacob, our father, who told Moses where to go and find Joseph's body, because she was there when he was buried. You got that? Family, give me a 7 if you're getting everything I'm saying. Give me a 7. Naphtali, you dipped out of Onopi. That's funny as hell right there. Okay? So that sister, okay? So the patriarchs always say, carry their bones, carry their bodies to Hebron. Okay? Even if they say no autopsy, even if they say they don't dissect their bodies, that's all good and dandy. But the Most High ways are not our ways. The Most High knew that down the line, the ways of the ancestors will be lost in the source. So what happened? During cremation, the bones do not get burned, baby. The bones do not get burned. The bones get preserved. During cremation, the sacred sacrum is still preserved. That means the coccyx is still preserved. That means the law's bone is still preserved. You will be reincarnated the way you're supposed to, whether you are turned to ash or not, because your bone is still in the ash. But your bones are not destroyed during cremation. If your family member should go through that process, collect the bones. Let them know immediately. Once cremation take place, do not grind my body. Do not grind the bones. Collect the bones. Now, I can go into the bones. I can go into a whole nother level with this conversation and tell you what happens to the bone. What happens to the bones? Alright? I can go into Haitian voodoo, alright? And I can tell you what happened with bones. If the bones are a mode of communication with the ancestor. That's why if you read the books, if you read the book the books of Eden, the books of Eden of Adam and Eve, okay? It's called the books of Eden. In those books, the bones of Adam were with Seth, were with Noah, were with his children always. In that book, Adam would always be talking to them. Okay? Alright, that's one record. In the books of the remembrance, it's totally different. In the books of the remembrances, Adam Yatsika never died. But if you go to other records, he actually died, right? He died. So if we go in with that consciousness, if we follow that logic, his bones, before they were taken to the center of the earth, okay, before his children buried his bone, wherever they went with Adam's bones. Adam's bones were always speaking to his kids. What does that mean? The bones were not speaking. They were doing necromancy, and there are certain ceremonies that you can do, and the bones come and talk to you. Just like in the story of Nathan the prophet, God the seer, where the witch of Endor went and did necromancy to talk to the prophet. What you guys, I don't know if you caught this, but I did this a few times before. In that story, Jacob's ladder, if you have a book, the Nathan the prophet book and God the seer, it says the ladder is not really a ladder from earth to heaven. The ladder of Jacob is not a ladder from earth to heaven. No. The ladder of Jacob is actually an entry from the people, the creation under the earth to the earth. The ladder of Jacob, one half of it is for entry into the earth. And then the other half is to go under the earth. The witch of Endor was possessed by the spirit of the prophet because she disturbed him. Now, as opposed to her doing her will, he possessed her soul, he possessed her body. So now she go around doing his work as opposed to doing her work. So whenever she did something, it wasn't her that did that. It was Nathan the prophet that did it. That's besides the point, Mrs. Shannon. That's totally different, right? Look, people are cremating because it's a much cheaper option. I'm not advocating cremation. No, please don't get me twisted here. I'm not advocating anything. I'm bringing clarity to the process. It is up to you to research yourself and do whatever you want to do according to the laws. I'm here to give context. I'm here to bring light to a very loaded topic. He's the light. One more time. During cremation and aquamation, the bones do not get destroyed. They are collected and cooled off and then grind off. Before they take the bones of your family member to grind them off, collect the bones. Do not let them grind them off. If you're gonna let them grind the bones off, do not let them grind the sacrum. The sacrum has the loose bone in it, L-U-Z, which is the bone of resurrection. Okay? Give me a 7, family. Do you get everything I just said? Do you get me? Do you understand what I just said? If you find this information useful, hit the like button any way you want. Let somebody else get this information. Let it circulate. This is just light. Hmm? If you come on the channel, if you're listening to what I'm saying, with all due respect, the least you can do is hit a like button. 114 people here right now, according to this. Once I get off the live, it's actually gonna be like 500 people. Every time. They're really not showing me how many people are here. Hit the like button so someone else who's dealing with cremation may find some peace. Abinadi was burned to death. A lot of people were burned to death. They're not gonna come back? They will. They will. Even the people that commit suicide, they will return. They're not perished. Now, go read the Third Testament for that. Even suicide, you have another chance. You have another chance. The Most High is a loving power. He's a compassionate power. He's just gonna put your ass in another body and send you here to continue your mission. That's it. Okay? 70 likes, thank you. 115, I need 115 likes, y'all. 115 likes. This is very good information because death is a very sensitive topic. A lot of people don't talk about death. The Most High give me the courage to talk about death. I'm not afraid of death. I just hate the process that people go through here when they die. I hate the coroner going to that process. I hate the autopsy. I hate all that shit. But in the Quran, when he says, do not be afraid of death, when it comes, you're not going to know. Unless, of course, you know. Unless, of course, somebody's sick and they know they will die soon or whatever. But most people, when it happens, they don't know. Say, I just hate the process that the body go through after dying. But it's such a loaded topic. Do not be afraid of it. This information can be very helpful to you. Thank you, Loso Israel. Thank you. If you here, hit the like button. All right? Spiritual light passing through. Shout out to your cousin, right? Your cousin and your sister. Your cousin who supported what I said. Your father whistled. I love to whistle, Miss Sister Colleen. I love to whistle. When I whistle, I guess the devil, the demon didn't like it this morning. She begged me to stop. She begged me to stop whistling. She said the demon inside of her was gonna come out. She said, please stop whistling, stop whistling. I can't take it. I think she was a vampire or something. Remember the movie Vampire in Brooklyn? Eddie Murphy was chilling, but at night he was a vampire. In the daytime he was a regular dude. I think she was one of those people. Family, did you find this information helpful? Did you find this information helpful? I'm still gonna research some more because I wanna know all that I can know about it. I'm still gonna research it some more. Okay? Good. I'm glad you find it helpful. So there's hope, family. There's hope for all of us. Nobody's condemned. Don't let the churches condemn you. Don't let the pastors condemn you. The Most High's ways are not our ways. He says, as far as heaven is from the earth, are his ways and our ways. What do you do with the bones? You could go and bury the bones, just like you bury the ashes. You know, I did a lot of research on funerals. You can bury your family members in the ocean. You don't have to bury them in a plot of land. You can pay the funeral home to go and bury your family members in the ocean. You can have the correct coordinates and go to the ocean and drop the coffin in a particular spot in the ocean, and you will always know where to find out your family member. Did you know that? Did you know you can bury your family members in the ocean? Did you know that? You collect the bones and you go and bury the bones. You do not let them grind the bones. Because if you grind the bones, you're going to grind the sacred sacrum. You're going to grind the luz bone. Not luz, Luz bone, L-U-Z, the resurrection bone. You don't have to bury your family on land. You could bury your family members at sea. Lioness knew that. Yes, I didn't know that until I found out. A lot of people died at sea. There's a lot of coffins in the ocean too. There's a lot of um, funeral ceremonies being held on the ocean every day. Every day. Yeah, yeah. Most people sprinkle the ashes. Most people do that. But I want you to get what I said though. After the cremation process, you can collect the bones. That's why in the records, the ancestors always say, "Carry my bones to Hebron." Now I have the Egyptian. I have a first edition Book of the Dead of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I have a first edition, and I also have a first edition Hebrew Book of the Dead. Oh, I had forgotten that. I have two books of the dead in my house right now. I'm gonna open up the Hebrew Book of the Dead and the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which they are actually called Coming Forth by Light. The book, his name is Coming Forth by Light or Coming Forth by Day, something like that. I'm gonna open these books and find out what I need to find out about burial process and cremation. I know these books, they focus heavily on mummification. Mummification. So when you read that after the death of Abraham, they grieve 140 days. After the death of Joseph, they grieve 60 days. You know what? You know what that means? All that was is that it takes that long to embalm the body. That's what that was. They wasn't really grieving every day, crying. No, the body was going through a process of embalming, and then it took that long for the body to finish the process. And once that's finished, they go and bury the body. Okay, the embalming process, based on your status, it could take longer or shorter based on who you were. That's why they say they grieve for that long. Ashes. Let me read the comments now. So you guys could keep talking though. Your aunt and grandfather in the ocean. That's what's up. You spread your family member ashes in the ocean. Yes. Yes. But anybody gonna go through this process going forward? Somebody is a death concierge. What is a death concierge, Miss Lioness? Put me on, please. Put me on. I want to know what that is. Yeah, the most common way is to sprinkle it. You find it very helpful. Yeah. You don't want your family to come into a gravesite every year to grieve your death. See, Rich. Hey, personal choice, my brother. I know the what the ladder of Jacob is. Yah Zophit, spiritual light. I know, my brother. Not seen you, he's been a minute. I haven't seen you. I know what it is esoterically. It's the spinal column. I discussed that yesterday in the video. I know what it is. It's a spinal column leading to the atlas, which is on the top of the spine, which is which supports your head. Your head is the atlas, and then the Luz bone, Luz, which is your root chakra. The Kundalini rises from the root chakra all the way down to the top of the spine. Okay, that's a different part. That's where it ends. But the atlas, it supports your head, which is your atlas, and then it activates your seed crystal, which is your third eye. Your seed crystal is made up of your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, pineal, pituitary, and thalamus gland. All three of them made what's called the seed crystal, which they call your pineal, your third eye. Okay, all right, which is your God particle, which is what you got to walk in the light. This is the mark on your forehead. This is what in the Keys of Enoch it says, the Most High sent you, he with a mark on your forehead to receive his commands directly. The mark on your forehead is your freaking third eye, your seed crystal. Yeah. So we know, we speak here esoteric, exoteric. We know what time it is. You don't negate the Most High resurrection. Yeah, it's a more affordable way to handle that situation. Definitely. Um, I'm not for. I'm not against. I'm just sharing the information right now. That's all I'm doing right now. Just sharing with you what I found out. Okay, and then with that consciousness, with that, you can make more informed decisions as to what you want to do with your family members, or with yourself. Yeah, yeah. I think I prefer the water though. I think I prefer to be dumped in the ocean. I love the water so much. I think I prefer a spot in the water as opposed to the earth though. I think I prefer the water. You know what I'm saying? It's things to talk about. It's listen, we cannot shy away of talking about going through the portal of death, transitioning. A lot of people on the walk on my channel, on other people channels, have passed. A lot of people have passed. You know, I know people right here on this channel whose family member just passed last week. Mm? You know what I mean? And they might have to go and think of cremation if they do that. So do not let them grind the bone. Collect the sacred sacrum. Collect the sacred sacrum. I'm doing a lot. What's up? Go ahead. Come get them. Collect. Close the door behind you, kiddo, but don't lock it. Collect the sacred sacrum. Do not let them. Yeah, Shamika Rankins, please go back and listen to everything I said. Very important information. Very enlightening, I should say. Yeah. So the bonds are also a form of communication with your family member. The bonds can be used for good or for evil. I don't advise anybody to mess around with the bonds. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna die in the process. Okay, all right, okay. That's a decision and a choice you made. Okay, that's Thank you for sharing. Um, yeah. So I'm just sharing the information, family. You do what's best for you. Mm-hmm. You do what's best for you. But because I shared the most, I brought you the information on the Luz born, L-U-Z, Luz, L-U-Z. It it behooves you to know that during the cremation process, the bones do not get cremated. The bones are collected. And then after the collection, they cool them off. And then you have an option to collect the bones or have the bones grind to ashes. That's the choice that you have. Whether or not they tell you, that's a whole different story. Now you know. Now you know something that you perhaps didn't know before. Yes. Moses said in the Third Testament, that's my second video in that book. There is no death, no one can die. I have a very good video on my channel. I have a couple videos on death actually on the channel. But there's one title, there's no death, no one can die. Please go watch this video if you have to watch it. And I also have a video that I did on the book of the remembrance of of Enoch, the Essence book of meditation. A video that's gonna teach you what to do after you experience death in your family, after you lose a family member, after you've been through a funeral. The spirit of death lingers around you. The spirit of death lingers in your home. The spirit of death of that family member is with you. There are ceremonies, there are cleansing ceremonies that you must do to help you move on with your life in a healthy manner. There are different things you gotta do in order to grieve properly with the passing of your family member. Okay? That's the difference between being clean and unclean. All right? So I have a video on that. If you don't want to watch my video, go read the chapter in the book of remembrance of Enoch, the Essence book of meditation, which is called Haggai. Okay? Once you lose a family member, let's just say it was mommy or daddy, husband or wife or sister, brother, that person was very close to you. You have to do certain ceremonies in the house to help you move on, because the spirit of death can be very heavy. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen. I don't know why the Most High got me talk about this. Only He knows. Only He knows. I'm in the hands of the Most High. Okay? Most High says, if you know my name, if you know my name, I will bless you with long life. I will satisfy you with long life, and you shall know my salvation. With long life, I will satisfy you with long life. So how long is a long life to the Most High? I don't know. But I know when the Rechabites, sons of Jonadab, sons of Rechab, went to earth too, they live a very long life. They live about 635 years long. I have the second part of that story. You're gonna get the first part of the story of the Rechabites from the Bible. The second part, you're gonna get it in the Pseudepigrapha book 1. The third part, I have it. I found the record somewhere. They actually live about 635 years long. And when they die, because that's how long they live over there. Okay? And when they actually have to die, the soul does not grieve the body. They live joyously. The angels of God come to the body to collect the soul, and then they say, "Oh, pure soul, your Lord is calling you home." And it's a beautiful process. Go read the story. I have 2 videos on that, maybe 3, maybe 4, who knows. But if you don't want to watch the video, go get you the Pseudepigrapha Volume 1. Look up the story of the Rechabites, sons of Jonadab, sons of Rechab. It's also in Jeremiah 35. But in Jeremiah 35, you're only going to get a little bit. You got to go to the other records to get the whole story. All right? So whoever proposed the question to me earlier about the cremation, now you have the answer. I never said, Mrs. L.W. Black, I never said it's okay to be cremated. I have never said that, sis. So you have to listen to the video. That's not what I said. I brought information that would bring peace, that would bring clearer understanding, that would help you make a better decision when it comes to cremation. I discussed 2 types of cremation briefly: aquamation and cremation. I'm not going to repeat everything I said. Go back and watch the video. But I did not say it's okay to cremate, and I did not say it's not okay to cremate. No. I'm not the authority on cremation. I don't claim to know anything about it. I'm just sharing with everyone here today what the Most High put on my lap to share with you. It's up to you now to carry the torch and do further research. I gave examples who in the scriptures were cremated. I said Abinadi was cremated. They burned his ass to death because he was preaching the gospel of repentance to unrighteous people in the second stick. If Abinadi was cremated by fire, would he not come back? Would the Most High not resurrect the prophet, the seer, Abinadi, whom he loved? Would he not? Would he not bring him back? Of course he would. Of course he would. All right? That's what I came to chat with you guys about. I know it's right smack in the middle of the day, but the Most High said be ready in season and out of season. I might just roll up on you at 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. I don't know. It is what it is. Family, give me a 7 before I go. Okay? Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for chiming in. I ran into a vampire earlier. She didn't like the fact that I was whistling. She didn't like the fact that I was whistling. You know what I'm saying? And she begged me to stop my whistle. She said the demon was going to crawl out of her belly if I keep whistling. I would have shot her ass right there. I would have shot her to death. If that lady transformed on me, yo. Okay? Had she transformed on me, I would have shot her ass. I'm strapped 24/7. I ain't playing no game. If she would have morphed into something else, Naphtali, all right, I would have shot her ass right there, yo. Cops would have came through, like, what happened? Why did you kill this old white woman? I would have said she turned into a vampire. And the only way to prevent her from sucking my blood was to shoot her down. I shot the sheriff. I didn't shoot the deputy. I'd have shot her to death. I'd have shot her to death. Yeah, I would have did that. Straight up. I would have did that. No problem. Yes, spiritual life passing through. Should have got hit up with hollow tips. Should have got hit up with hollow tips. Bah, bah, bah. Back to back. Hopefully she died because I didn't have no reload. I couldn't reload on that ass. I would have shot her and run. I would have ran on that ass. If she was still alive, I would have took off running. I'm going to get some sea salt. I would have pour some salt on her ass and watch her melt. Yeah, right? Exactly. Down the block right there. Fire started while we were doing a 12 o'clock session. Family, was the information helpful to you? I like to ask you that question because when I ask you if the information was helpful, the angels are listening. They take your answer and take it back to the spirit realm, to the ministration of the spirit. They take your answers back to the ministration of the spirit, and the angelic hierarchies in charge of giving us information, like the archangel Raziel. They are very happy when I bring you information and you are appreciative of the information. They're right here listening, and they're watching the live right here, right now. When you say yes, it was helpful to you, be honest if it was. They give us more. The Most High says, if you say you have enough, whatever you have will be taken from you. The Most High says, I love the man, I love the woman, I love the child who is himself, herself, ever seeking, a lover of wisdom, a seeker of truth, the one who loves to unravel the riddle of life. That one is mine. The Most High love a seeker of truth. That's how you grow. That's how you grow. That's how we found out that the Ish women have Tay-Sac. They do genetic abortion. That's how we found out that the other nations are doing genetic abortion, that their kitchen, their bedrooms, their bathroom are their abortion clinics. That's how we found out that we don't have the highest abortion rate. Nah, they make it seem like that because we don't control anything. They actually have private doctors that come into their home and kill their own babies for them. Let me tell you something that's even worse than abortion. Now, I'm not here to talk about abortion. I'm not here to talk about that. That's a very loaded topic. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the ill treatment in the medical field. I was researching further on genetic abortions. Genetic abortion is when the woman is pregnant and they check for any genetic disease that the baby may potentially develop. 1 in 300 women have a genetic defect during pregnancy. That's not very common for the regular woman. But for Ish, it's 1 in 300, it's 1 in 25. For Ish, it's very, very common. Okay? What happened for Ish, if they decide to go with the pregnancy, the child will die within 5 years. That means the child can die within a year, 2 months, 2 years, 3 years, but they will not live past 5 years. What happens now? The women that are tested for genetic defects with their babies, they opt out for abortion. It's called genetic abortion. This is how the Ashkenazi Jewish women have their abortions. It's delivered to their home first class. They have money for private doctors to come into their kitchen, their homes, and perform the service, and you will never know about it. And they don't tell on themselves, so there's no statistics that will show you that they have a high abortion rate. If you go look it up, you're the highest. That's because that's how they have it, because they control the statistics. But I was doing some further research today, and I found some greater revelation. I find out that family, give me a 7 before I go on. I don't want to be talking to the air. If this topic interests you, let me know before I continue. I don't want to be running my mouth for nothing. Repeat what's popping. All right, I only have, let me see, a few sevens. Okay. All right, family. Please, please, I'm not putting down anybody here that may have had an abortion in the past. This is not talking about. Actually, there is a very good chapter in the seal portion, Final Testament of Jesus Christ, chapter 40 or chapter 41. That topic, that chapter in that book, go into when the spirit comes into the body, when the mother is pregnant, when the spirit comes into the baby. All right, I'm not here for that. I'm here because of something Kanye West says that compel me to reveal to you what I know. Because for 25 years I lived with the ish in Brooklyn, and I know how they get down. I know the shit that they do. I know how they hide their dirty hands, and they put you in the front as if you running the show, as if you the most. They do that all the time. Even when you go to corporate America, there's always a Negro in human resources. There's always a Negro in labor relations. There's always a black attorney in labor relations. Pay attention. They always have a black attorney in labor relations. They always have a black attorney or a black somebody as head of HR. Why? That's a gatekeeper. They make that person feel like they're running the show. Meanwhile, they're not running the show at all. They're dispensable like everybody else. They are at-will employees. Ish is in the background putting the string. I know how they do. They have abortion clinics all over the neighborhood. They just don't advertise it's abortion. Most of their buildings have no names. And if it does have a name, it's in Yiddish. And if you're not into Hebrew or Yiddish, you don't understand what it says. But now you could pull out an app and know exactly what the hell that building says. But they have abortions right in their homes, right in their bedrooms, right in their living room. So here's the thing. There's a lot of babies, once the mother find that that child has a genetic defect and they have the abortion, there's a lot of babies that do not die. There's a lot of women that have the abortion and live. They go home. What they don't know, or whatever, if they don't go home, the baby, whenever, if they have it at the place, the baby passes or whatever, look, the baby is still alive. One story. The doctor thought the child was about 8 to 15 weeks old. The lady gave birth. The child was about 32 weeks old. Okay? The nurse took the baby and wrapped the baby and ran and left the baby in the linen room. And the head nurse called the doctor at home and tell the doctor, listen, this child that we just aborted is alive. The child that we just aborted is alive. What do we do? The doctor says, leave the baby in the linen room and watch the baby for a few minutes. Here's the thing. In certain hospitals, once the child is called a live birth, once a child rejects the abortion and comes out alive, that child is observed for about 3 to 5 minutes. If the child moves his arm and make a sound with their voice, that child gets to live. If the child does not move their arms, has a heartbeat, does not make a sound, that child is left there to die. Every day, children are dying in abortion clinics, in people's homes. Every day they're dying in hospitals because during that 5 minutes, if the child does not make a sound, even though they're alive, that child is dead. That child is declared dead. New York City, there is a doctor in New York who's working on a law right now to render that child a citizen of the United States. The moment the child come out, if that child did not die during the abortion, that child must be saved. The reason why they don't save the child is because the child is premature. A premature child is going to require a lot of resources, a lot of machines, a lot of money to keep it alive. The doctors told the nurse, let the child die. This doctor is being prosecuted right now in Wyoming for 16 murders because he allows 16. They look back, they found at least 16 abortions that he was a part of, that the mothers, the children actually came out alive. They call it a live birth, something like that. Okay, I might be checking it up, but it's something live and birth together. The child rejected the abortion because the child came out alive. The doctor says, all right, watch that little dude. If he says anything, we're going to save it. If he don't say nothing, declare it dead. Okay? So, they say late-term abortion is on a rise. That's not, okay? Late-term abortion is on a rise. Late-term abortion is 5 months, 6 months. That's a child, y'all. Late-term abortion is on the rise, but it's on a rise amongst affluent women. It's on a rise. Affluent women with master degrees, with PhDs, with educated women, they are the ones killing their babies the most. They are the ones that can afford to have a private doctor to come into the house to perform the service if they don't want to go to an abortion clinic. At one point, they say it was the uneducated woman, the poor woman, the woman without access to money that did that. But right now, it's the well-to-do women that is participating in the abortion. Okay, i.e. Ashkenazi women who have a lot of money, or other type of women who can afford a private physician. This is what there's an increase in private doctors coming into the home. They call it concierge. A concierge doctor is a doctor that only see clients that can pay out of pocket, no insurance. That's on a rise. A concierge doctor is a doctor that have clients that pay out of pocket. Those clients pay from their resources, from their money. They do not use insurance. So there is no paper trail of what happened. What happened is between the doctor and the client. Okay? It's never documented for anyone to draw up a statistics to show you how many Ashkenazi women murder their children. But they have a statistics for you because you don't have the money to hire private doctors to do as they do. Or they want you to know that you do the most and they don't. We're here to dispel the lies. I'm here to tell you, no, that is not the truth at all. Yes, we have a lot of our people that do a lot of things that they're not supposed to be doing. I'm not here to discuss that. I'm just here to tell you, you're not the worst. Give me a 7, family. Give me a 7. Did you get what I said? Did you understand? Did you understand, family? I know I said a lot. I know I said a lot. I know I said a lot. Yeah, I know I said a lot, y'all. Let me show you guys something. You see how his plant is praising the Most High? This plant is praising the Most High. Hands up. Let me show you another one. It's cold out here, but so there's a lot of my plants are I love to see a plant that has the arms up like that, praising the Most High always. Anyway, so you got what I said, okay? All right, everybody got it. Okay, cool. Yes, my Barbara McLaren, my wife was telling me that too. They set up their appointment at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning before everybody else. Yes. I didn't want to say that because I didn't remember the story. But that's something they do. They do it in the wee hours of the morning. Yes, sis. Thank you, Barbara. That's exactly what they do. They set it up very early in the morning before everybody show up. You could find a parking lot full of affluent women with money doing their services, their abortion, 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning, before everybody else show up to work. That's what they do. They do that too. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. We're gonna expose them. We're gonna expose them. Shalom, Sister Beth Burrows. We will expose everybody and their lies. Nah, don't give us no charges. If you do, we're gonna test you. You gotta bring receipts. You can't just say things no more. You gotta bring all the receipts. You gotta bring all the receipts. You gotta bring all the receipts now. We're not just gonna take anything people say. Nah, bring the receipts now. Bring the receipts. Any questions for me, family? Any questions? I may not be able to answer you. I don't know the answers. I gotta go and look it up. Always see rich. What's done in the dark would always get light shed upon it one of these days. You can't always hide it. Anybody who just came on the live, we were talking about cremation. Go back and listen to everything I said. Some very good information was revealed for the cremation process. Family, anything before I go, let me know. Anything before I go. Yes, I was talking about cremation, Beth. I said some very important things. Very, 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 very important things that everybody need to know. Everybody need to know. What will it take for our people to come together? Oh man, an act of God. Right here in the walk. Right here on YouTube. We have separation. Did you know that? Did you know that right here on YouTube there is major separation between the people you love to listen to? If we can get it together, don't even hope for our people on a wider scale to get together. Right here in YouTube, we're not together. Right here. Right here on YouTube, we're not together. Imagine the greater world. It's an act of the Most High. You have people you love to listen to right now that are not together for whatever reason. A lot of our people are jacked up, man. You know, a lot of our people have, they seem to be our people, have a lot of issues they need to deal with themselves before they can come together with someone else. This is why sometimes relationships don't last, because people don't work on themselves before they get into relationships. So even the people you like to listen to on YouTube got issues that they gotta figure out. So pray to the Most High. That's it. In the Gospel of the Kailedi, King Yahushua says there will be peace. There will be peace, but after you get the laws, see, the Most High says, I've written my laws on your heart and on your mind. But some of our people still haven't awakened their soul within their bodies. They're still walking dead. You gotta wake up your soul within you and see with eyes of love first, before you can move forward with anything. If you're gonna see through your eyes of carnality, you're always gonna misjudge, prejudge, always gonna do things from the flesh. Peter, Guy, H. I know I just jacked up your name. It's all good, yo. Don't feel bad. People jack up my name every day. They call me Abula, Abudallah, all types of crap. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I got your message, sis. I got you. Yeah, I got you. You know, I know people who hate me without a cause. They don't have no reason to do it, but they do it anyway. So, all right, Miss Sister Twitty, you have to go back. We discussed cremation. Some very good information was discussed. Oh, I've been whistling since I was a baby. I whistled before I had teeth. When I whistled earlier, the demon wanted to come out of this lady, and she told me, "Please stop whistling. It does something to my stomach. I don't know, something in my body." I said, "What the hell?" I said, is this a condition?" She said, she didn't even know what to say. I told her, "Yo, be at peace." And she trying to raise her hand to tell me I have a great day. I stretched my hand so high over her body. I said, "All praises to the Most High." Don't raise your hand at me. I don't want your freaking have a good day wish when you're having a horrible day. You ever see people that say, "Oh, you have a good day," and they're having a shitty day? Okay? Don't accept a good day wish from everybody. The people that are having a horrible day cannot wish you a good day. Yeah, I saw that, Sister Israel. Rephrase that question for me, sis. I didn't understand the question about the candle. Rephrase it for me. Rephrase the question for me. Make it very easy for me to understand. Okay? Speak to me like you were speaking to a baby. Make it very easy. Yeah, they're having a horrible day, but they want to wish you a good day. Get your ass out of here, man. I don't want your shout outs, your good day shout outs. Damn it. I wake up feeling good every day. Even if everything is not the way everything should be, your mentality should be this way. Most High, thank you for waking me up today. I roll up out of bed every day and I thank the Most High. The Zohar says, when you go to bed at night, your soul get judged. If you don't return to your body, family, remember I tell you this. If you don't return to your body, you were weighed in the balances and found wanting. The Most High sends you back into your body when you wake up in the morning because He wants you to continue living. Okay? And then He wants you to continue living. So always be grateful for waking up, even if you don't have money, even if you don't have nothing. You have your breath, you have the ruach, you have the hay in your lungs, you have air. You can create everything else you don't have. Listen, whatever the hell, I was born in the slums of Haiti. Okay? I was born in the slums of Haiti, damn it. And I wouldn't change my childhood for anybody. Hey, listen, this is the season of Scorpio. If your marriage is falling apart, yo, step aside, bro. I tell you right now, fight for what you love. Always fight for what you love. I've been in relationships that didn't work out. I've counseled a lot of people in relationship. Why? Because I've been there, done that. Fight for what you love, but you can only do but so much. It takes two joyful people to create more joy. If you have a magical kitchen, you don't want food from somebody else's kitchen because you can create magic in your own kitchen. Okay? You can create magic in your own kitchen. So if I knock on your door and I offer you pizza, you're gonna be like, I'm good. I can create pizza. You gotta find somebody who's already complete, and then that person come to you, and together you guys create heaven. A relationship is never 50-50. Equinox 57, shout out to you. Okay? A relationship is never 50-50. If somebody said it's 50-50, who's getting the other 50? A relationship is always 100% plus. I always tell my wife, conversation is the air that breathes relationship. You always got to talk to your wife, to your husband, to your partner. You always got to know what the hell is going on in the mind. You always got to talk about things. I try to never go to sleep with with something that we need to discuss today. I don't want to sleep on the issue. It's one of us gonna have pride. Somebody gonna say, I don't want to talk about this right now. Leave me alone. If both of you are like that, your relationship is doomed. Somebody have to be level-headed and say, okay, I understand you don't want to talk about that right now, but in 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about this. In an hour, I'm going to tell you about this. And then you go pray while that person is being hard-headed. You go pray to the Most High and say, Father, I need your help with this situation. So-and-so is not being overstanding. They're not understanding me right now. They're having a heart of stone. Help me with this situation. You'll be surprised from the time you talk, you walk away, and the time you come back, how much work was done on your behalf in the spirit. Take it from me. I've been there. Don't ever negate the prayers. Now, if the person simply wanna go, they gotta go, they must go, then hey, let them go. You cannot keep anybody who do not want to stay. The Most High says in the book of remembrance of Grandmothers chapter 8, he says, if you do not have a relationship with me, if you do not spend time with me, then you cannot feel the love of someone you have chosen not to know. Hallelujah. Did you hear what I said? The Most High says, if you do not have a relationship with the Most High, the highest, he says, don't be upset when you cannot feel the love of somebody you have chosen not to know. You have chosen not to know the Most High. So when all hell break loose, you chose that. You have chosen not to know. All right, family. I have delivered the kite. I have delivered the message. What you choose to do with it is totally up to you. I repeat, there are two types of cremation. Cremation by fire, cremation by water, and they call that one aquamation. After the cremation process is over, whether it's by fire, whether it's by water, the bones are never cremated. The bones of your family members can be collected from the funeral parlor. They must ask you or give you over the bones. You go ahead and let them know, I do not want to cremate all the bones. If you choose to cremate the bones, do not cremate the sacred sacrum. On the sacrum, it's located after the L5 bone. The bone of resurrection is the sacrum. Is the Luz bone. Is the tailbone. They call it the coccyx in the medical field. But the original name is a Hebrew word. It's called Luz, L-U-Z. That is the bone of resurrection that the Most High is going to use to resurrect your body. After cremation, that bone does not get cremated. Actually, no bones get cremated. Maybe a few small ones. Most of them don't get cremated. The bones are collected and they can be given to you. If you do decide to cremate the bones of your people, do not cremate the coccyx, the Luz bone. Don't cremate that one. Okay? You can collect the bone and go bury it. And I give examples of people who were burned alive, like Abinadi. Get to the Book of Mormon, the second stick, go read the story of Abinadi. As you read the story of Abinadi, you're going to find that story is not complete. The rest of that story is in 1 Aki, the Book of Remembrance of Aki, chapter 3 or 4. You're going to find the rest of the story of Abinadi. You're going to see where he was flayed with whips of fire in the second stick under King Noah. Not antediluvian Noah. No, a much later Noah. We discuss a lot of things. Go ahead and watch the video over if you choose to do so. I have 139 people. I have 138 likes. That is amazing. All praises to the Most High, our power. The great I am, loving kindness. The highest, the amazing, magnificent, magnanimous, kind, long suffering, patient, thoughtful, supernal, sublime power. All praises to the all merciful Father, Mother, sent you here with a seed crystal, a mark on your forehead to receive his commands directly. You are the Hebrews. You are a celestial 12 tribes. You are a chosen. You are a sacred. You were created in the kingdom of lights by the hands of your Father of lights. You are a selective spiritual breed. You are amazing. Your prayers and my prayers are so powerful they can offset wars. They can raise the dead, give sight to the blind. They can put a stop to terrorist activities. You are an evolutionary vehicle carrying divine knowledge. You are great. You are magnificent. You are kind. You are loving. You are patient. You are a child of light. Your greatest privilege is to love the Most High, your power. Your greatest privilege is to love God who created you. And the second greatest privilege is to love thy brethren. Honor thy father and thy celestial mother. Honor the earthly mother who created you. Honor each other. Family shalom. Until next time.